Hi everyone, it's Karen Combs from Karen Combs Studio. Welcome to Quilting Tips. Today we're going to look at chain piecing, what it means, and we're also going to look at using a lead-in when we start sewing. You might have heard the term chain piecing and maybe you don't know what it means. Well, it simply means when we sew in a chain. Let me show you what that means. So here we have a block that's all laid out, and I'm going to start with the triangle. So I'm going to pick up the two pieces, and you can see I've already started sewing some from another block. So I'm going to pick up my two pieces. I'm going to start sewing. You'll notice that's the chain. That just means we're going to start sewing in a chain, and we're going to keep going. And when we get to the end of this one, well, we're not going to pull it out and break the thread. What we're going to do is pick up the next two pieces, and then we're going to start again. So I'm going to line these up. I'm going to just slide this under my needle here. And what this does is it allows us to keep going. It's going to save you thread. It's also going to save you time. Now, when I get to the end of all of this chain piecing, then I can cut these apart. Now, if I sew this one a little farther, I can even leave this in the machine as I pull all of these apart. I can press them. A couple things it does besides saving time and saving thread, it keeps your work nice and neat. Now I'll take this over and I'll press it. But that's what chain piecing is. I use a modified chain piecing sometimes. And what that means is I'm sewing this, I'm going to sew, and when I finish it, instead of breaking my thread or pulling it out, I'm going to use just a little piece of fabric. Sometimes it's called a lead-in, sometimes it's called a leader, sometimes it's called an ender, it could be either one. But now I can clip this, and this is holding my place. So then I can go ahead and press, do whatever I need to do. Then when I sew the next one, I am ready to start. Now, if you don't want to use one of these lead-ins, let me just show you what we'll do if we start totally. We take our two pieces. If you've ever started sewing and you get your threads pulled down into the feed dogs, what you can do is use a single stitch plate that just has a small hole in it. And the other thing you can do is hold your threads. So as you start, you're holding your threads, and that will also stop it from pulling down. So you don't have to use a leader. You can use that method, and then I could just continue to chain piece. So I hope that's helped you when you're piecing to know a way to chain piece, how to use a leader or an ender. Please be sure to like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other videos and my webpage. You can find the link to my webpage and my other social media pages and the information below.